Alright, so if you do go to, computer's acting slow, the Moodle page, I'll pull it up. I've tried to group all of these together. Hey, there's that proximity and alignment. So you can see the exercises that you need to do, and all the information for the exercises is indented underneath it. So some of these are just going to be information pages, some of these are going to be pictures or just text files. But these are what you can click on and automatically download from there. In InDesign, so this is just a quick refresher. When you open up InDesign, I'll close this out, you should be greeted with a new document or a new page document thing. You can either click on New Document or you can go to File and create a new document from here. This is if you need to make a new one. So if I ask you to make something a certain size, I'm going to pull up the business card design. So this was that second exercise from yesterday's stuff. I'm asking it to be 2 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide. And this is where you can type in 3.5 by 2. And I'm not really giving you any other information. So if you need columns, if you need margins, you can type those in as well. I'm going to set my margins to 0. Since I got the little link selected, they'll all turn to 0 as well. So I've got my business card. When we say OK, it'll make our new document. And here is our card working from there. All cool? Nothing y'all haven't done already. Remember, the most important palettes that you need to have open are, there's your Pages palette, and this shows you what page that you're working on. It also lets you make new pages, so if I wanted another one, I could click on New, and it adds it. Since I have facing pages turned on, it's going to add them in that weird zigzag style, but that's okay. And we're going to scroll back up to here. Also, I like to have open my character palette. So that's open, and my paragraph palette. I don't see it open, so we're going to go to Window, and under Type, there is Paragraph. So both of these are going to allow me to do, there's my alignment, so I can do left and right alignment, all those different types. And here's my different character styles, so if I needed to change those up, I can click on that, change the size, the leading, those different types of things as well. All cool? For your projects, the only tool you'll really be using are your selection tools, naturally your black arrow, and your type tool. Remember, if you use your type tool, you'll want to click and drag and make a text box. And so I'm just going to make the first business card. So endocrine sports doctors. I'm not too worried about the size of it for now, but if I do need to move it or change it, just choose your black arrow, and then you can move it around from there. And I'm going to put everything in its own text box. So that gets its own text box. Doyle Redland gets its own text box. And as soon as I'm done, all I'm doing is resizing it. Do y'all remember the quick way to quickly copy something using my selection tool? Command C, very good. Command C, Command V to paste it. So that's one way I can do it. Grab my type tool, and his address is 395 Dallas Drive, Brandon, Texas 49302. Remember, if you don't have enough room, or if you see the little red box, that simply means there's more text than fits in the box, so you'll need to make it smaller. Copy and paste, and we'll do this here as well. So 604 483 0449 and D Redland at es.org. Cool. So now that I've got everything on here, I need to format it so that it has a good visual hierarchy, keeping everything black and white, keeping I can change up the font that I have, the size of the font, whatever I need. So if I want to change the font, remember, choose your type tool. You can highlight the text. 2 places you can look. Of course, I have my character palette open. If I click on it, I can change to whatever font that I have on here. So if I want it to be this nice, bold maple, there it is. Of course, I'll need to change the size of my text box. The other place you can look is at the very top. I'm going to choose my type tool again. And here's your same thing that's in your characters palette. So there's the font that I'm using and the style. Here's also the size of it. So if I need it to be, 18, 17 point, whatever, I can make it very, very large as well. For this one, I'm simply looking for a good visual hierarchy. Papa bear, mama bear, baby bear. Here's another quick tip for you. If you wanted to very quickly scale this down, here's a great keyboard shortcut to know. Shift and Command. Watch what happens when I bring in my text box holding down Shift and Command, and I drag. When I let go, all of it scales down the same way as well. Be sure to hold down Shift because you want everything to be consistent. If I didn't hold down Shift and I started to scale it down, it would do something like that, where it gets all squished together. The Shift keeps everything nice and proportional. And so I've got something, working along through here. Maybe I'll make this a different font. I don't know. Pulling from that one. All good? So for this one, once you've got it, I've got 4 different pages I can work on, do 4 different designs, and I have all my designs nice and ready. To save these as a PDF, you'll go to File and down to Adobe PDF Presets. You're not doing Save As, you're doing PDF Presets. And what I like to choose is the smallest file size. This lets me know I can upload it to Moodle with no problem. It's going to ask me to export it, and this is where I can give it a name. So I'm just going to call this Business Card Design. You can put your name on it if you want to. I like to save it to the desktop. We'll hit Save. And it's going to ask you for some options. For this, we're just going to keep everything exactly the same and hit Export. Okay? So now I should be able to go to my desktop, and there they are. Here's my business card PDF that I created. This is what I'll upload to Moodle once I'm finished. All cool for that? Now, just because I've made a PDF of it doesn't mean that the InDesign file is saved. So you still would want to go to File and Save, and then give it a name and save it as a regular InDesign type file. So I can call it Business Card File. We are using CS6, so if you have CS6 or later, you should be able to open it up. Nick, you said you had CS5?
So I'll have to save it.
Exactly. On here, choose CS4 or later, and it's called an IDML. It's exactly the same. This is what you would choose for a later version of InDesign, if that's what you have. Hit Save. Everything else should be exactly the same. Should be no problems when working with that. Any questions on those? All the same, all good. Let's see, if anything that's coming up. You can see where you can upload these. So here's the exercise for the business card design. Click on it, follow the instructions to add the PDF to that one as well. For the rodeo redesign, so this should be an InDesign file. We'll hit Save As. Do pay attention to where things are saving to. Most people's will go to their Downloads folder. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So here it is in my download folder. I can click on it. I'm going to drag it to my desktop. When I open this one up, here's all the information already there for you. All you have to do for these is use your type tool. You can highlight the text, change the font, change the size of it, whatever it takes to give that good visual hierarchy. So if you wanted this to be the primary text, you could, of course, make it larger, those types of things as well. Make sense? So all we're really using is the type and the move tool. One last thing, especially for the, here it is, the garage sale poster. Let me open this one up real quick. Is how to rotate your text. So I'm going to open the garage sale. So if you've got lots of text, it looks like this, and you want to rotate it, if you move your mouse right on the outside of it, see I've got the little curved arrow, I can then click and drag. You can see what degree it is next to my...
You just hold Shift.
If you held Shift, it will only go in increments of 45 degrees. And since it's already off, then it won't do that. But there it is right there. Another place you can do is up here at the very top. Here's your angle that it's at. So now it's at 0 degrees, but if I click on it, if I need that to be automatically 0, I can highlight that, type in, and it'll automatically rotate it from there. One last thing I do see also, notice that I've got a gray outer border, and I'm not seeing any of my margins. If I want to go back to my normal preview mode, I can click on, at the very bottom of my toolbox, this button here. It goes to normal. Now I can see my outlines. I can see all the outer edges of everything. If I want to go back to preview, that's where this button comes in. And there it is for preview. Looks like for that. All cool? All right. I'll be with y'all, so if you have any problems or questions, just let me know. And turn off recording.